Okay, if not, it's like some when you don't know your basic, like just like when you don't know how to walk, then you suddenly fly already. Okay, they will just fall down anytime, right? So always learn how to walk properly first before you fly. So let's talk about the non-right angle triangle. So whenever we have non-right angle triangle, okay, so we have the formula to find area of non-right angle triangle, which is half AB sine C. Okay, so the rule is, let's say for example ABC lah. Okay, and based on this one, let me just put BC is, let's say 6 cm. So AB is 4 cm. Then they tell me that the area of this triangle is 11 cm square. Okay, they ask you to find the possible values of angle ABC. So they are talking about this angle. So you must understand the rules is this AB and C, the angle must be the included angle of the two given sides. In other words, it's like, you include the angle over here. So let's form the equation. So half 4, 6, okay, sine angle C, which is unknown, is equals to 11. Okay, for a very simple question, I'm not going to go through. I will just write out the steps, but I will not work it out. So then after that, sine C is equals to, so this one, 2 to 12. So it will be 11 over 12. So then after that, angle C, can put like that. Angle C, you'll be surprised. Some students ask me, what is this thing? It simply means angle. That's not something new. So angle C is just simply sine inverse 11 over 12, and then you will just get the answer. Okay, but do you notice that you see here, they say possible values. It's an S. So why is it that there's two answers? A lot of students get the first one, but a lot of students don't know how to get the second one. So you need to understand that in sine, you have actually these two, the quadrant. In EMath, you only learn these two quadrants. In A-math, you learn all 4 quadrants. So since I'm teaching EMath today, I'm going to talk about only 2 quadrants. Okay. Then after that, let's see. So over here, what you do is, you just sine inverse 11 over 12, and you will get 66.443 degree. So in EMath for sine, you must always have 2 answers. The first answer is this one, 66.4 degree, and the second one is over here. See, if I'm going to draw the triangle, this is 66. This is also 66. The thing is, how do you go to the second quadrant? Is over here. So all you need to do is just take 180 degree minus 66.443. Okay, in EMath, I just asked you all to memorize. Only those people who take A-math, I will explain more in depth. So in EMath, basically, you just need to remember, whenever you do sine inverse a positive value, you will have 2 answers. Okay. So you get 113.55 round to 1 dp. Angle is always 1 dp, 113.6 degree. And that is why we have 2 answers. So my practice is after I go through, right? Then I will zoom out, right? After you zoom out, just take a snap, okay? Because some students may not be. Okay, so this is the first question. Let's go to the next one. Okay. So this is also the same thing. It's area of triangle. It's just forming equation. Okay. So first, half AB, which we know is x times this one. So it's just x multiplied by x plus 1. Sine 30 degree is equals to 18. Okay. So what you need to do is, okay, let's find out what is sine 30 first. So sine 30 is half. So it becomes half x plus 1 and half equals to 18. So half times half is 1/4. What I can do is x plus 1 is equals to 18 divided by 1/4. Because half times half is 1/4, so bring it over. So 18 divided by 1/4 will give me 72. And of course, what you need to do is rainbow. So you get x squared plus x, bring it over, minus 72 equals to 0. Quadratic equation is always throw everything to the left-hand side. Then after that, of course, you factorize and then blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to go through the solving equation.
It wasn't super.
Okay, it's the same thing. Okay, the only thing is this time around is a parallelogram. Okay, they tell you that the parallelogram is 100. So you know that actually if I'm going to cut it half, so it simply means that 100 divided by 2, the triangle will be 50. So actually it's the same thing. So you just do half times 2x times 3x sine 74 degree is equals to 50. And of course, this one I leave it to you to do. I'm going to waste, not going to do this. You all can try, and the answer is on the right hand side. Okay. Okay, so this one is asked to find the length of AD. Okay, you all see there's two sets of formula that you all must always remember. First is those sets of formula whereby you apply on the right angle triangle. When it's right angle triangle, you have Tuakaso, Trigo Tuakaso, as well as Pythagoras theorem, right? And of course, to find area, it's just half times base times height. Then when you have non-right angle triangle, you will use sine rule, cosine rule, half AB sine C. Okay, so these are the two sets of formula that you need to use. When you see right angle, you need to link to Tuakaso as well as Pythagoras theorem. When you see a non-right angle triangle, you need to link it to sine rule, cosine rule. So over here, that part A, they asked to find AD. And you can see that AD, we look at this triangle, this blue color, and this is a right angle triangle. And the good news is, I have the two sides. Of course, this one just use AD square plus 7 square equals to 8 square. So my AD simply is 8 square minus 7 square, then the whole thing square root. Okay, very straightforward. And every time, make sure that every time when you find the answer, always put it into the diagram during your exam, because you will need it to use for other parts of the question. Then they ask to find area of ABCD. That means this whole thing. Okay, and you already have, okay, so now the right angle triangle, you can use half times base times height. So over here, I can see that my answer is 3.8. Take note, 8 square minus 7 square, then square root. The answer is 3.8729. Then when I round off, because they ask for answer, we put it as 3SF. And that's why 3.87 cm, right? But take note that on the part B, when they ask to find the area, you want to find half times base times height. So I will take half times 7 times the height. Never take the rounded off one. Always take the long number. That is why I always ask my student to write the long number. Because you're going to write this one, you will lose the accuracy of the answer. So half times 7 times 3.8729. So half times 7 times 3.8729, you will get 13.5515. Okay, this is area of the right angle triangle. And then I have to find for the non-right angle triangle. So just now we use half times 7 times 8 sine 54 degree. So just use the calculator. And we simply will have 22.6524. Okay, and the area of this whole thing, area of ABCD, simply take this number plus this number, okay, and you will get a final answer. Okay, and round off to 3SF. So this is again very straightforward. The only thing I just want to highlight is when you see right angle, use the correct formula, correct sets of formula. Then see non-right angle, you use the non-right angle, and always use long form to do your calculation. Okay, that's for question 4. Sine rule. So over here, they ask to find the unknown A. Okay, a lot of students. Okay, so first thing, like write out the sine rule, the 3 fraction first. So let's say A over sine A. So A over sine A equals to 18 over sine 30 degree equals to AC over sine 49 degree. So how you know which one is the so-called the couple? Always use the angle. This is the opposite, right? Okay. This is how you so-called find the couple. I always put the side at the top. I know some teacher say, oh, you want to find the angle, you put the sine A at the top. But let's make it consistent, okay? Because you just make single fraction cross multiply, you can solve it. So always make it consistent. Don't change anyhow, just keep changing one time the length is at the top and one time the angle at the top, okay? So just keep the length always at the top. Then when you put it in, always take any 2 fractions whereby out of the 4 information, you have 3 information to solve the 4th information. But the bad news here is, a lot of students say, okay, if in this case, I go and find this which is finding AC, which is meaningless. So how do I do this? If you notice that I actually have two angles, I can actually find the third angle by using angles in the triangle. So I can say angle CAB is equals to 180 degree minus 49 and minus 30 degree. A lot of students are actually, surprisingly, they thought, they never give you directly, but they got give you indirectly. So you must actually, zoom out to think of other topics that you have learned. So 101 degree. So now that means I can replace this angle A over here to become 101 degree. And now I can actually use this and this to find my angle A. Sorry, length A. So it will be A over sine 101 degree equals to 18 over sine 30 degree. So you see both sides single fraction, cross multiply. So I will have A sine 30 equals to 18 multiplied by sine 101 degree. The A will be 18 sine 101 degree divided by sine 30 degree. And of course, this one press calculator, then you round off to 3SF. Okay, just to take note, in case you're thinking, why I talk like machine gun like that? My usual lesson, I don't talk so fast. You must understand, I need to squeeze within 1 hour. So usually I cut, and da. Okay, but usually I will only talk very fast. I mean, the 1 hour for simple question. Okay, then the behind question where it's tougher, I will talk slower. Okay, but by normal lessons that I teach during tuition is not so fast. Sometimes I also feel that I cannot even breathe. Okay, screenshot. Oh God, just not never pause. Okay, so come, let's take a look at question 2. So assuming I don't know what rule, right? So I'm going to just write out. Okay, 4 over sine 31 degree is equals to 7 over sine A. Okay, but you see, they asked me to find theta, which I don't have, right? So equals to AB over sine theta. Then a lot of students, then how? So many unknown. So for this question, you have no choice, but you will have to find this angle first. Okay, and after you find this angle, simply take 180 minus these two, and you get the answer. So I'm going to use this and this. So cross multiply, I will have 4 sine A equals to 7 sine 31 degree. Okay, and I have sine A equals to 7 sine 31 degree divided by 4. So 7 multiplied by sine 31 divided by 4. I get sine A equals to 0.9013. So my A equals to sine inverse 0.9013. Okay, one thing is when I teach, you all can also write. Although let's say maybe you all are slower than how I went than me and write. Writing is so called to keep yourself awake. Because and then you are the one listen. Although I sometimes very funny, you cannot sleep but just in case, so at least get your ear listening to me, your eyes looking at the screen, your hand also move. Then difficult for you to fall asleep. Then even if you let's say I finish, I erase already, you cannot copy finish, right? Never mind, because I asked you to take a snap, right? Later you can refer back to it. Okay, and now let's take sine inverse. So in the end, my angle A is equals to 64.3316. Okay, but remember, I say that when you do sine inverse positive value, you actually have two angles. One is this, the other one is 180 minus 64.3316. So my angle A have two possible answers. Okay. The second one is 115.668. So in this case, my angle A is two answers, right? So I will have two answers for my theta as well. So my theta is 180 degree minus 31 minus this first one. So 180 minus 31 minus 64.3316. I get 84.66, round off to 1 dp, 84.7 degree. Ta-da! Then I have the second one, which is theta equals to 180 degree minus 31 degree minus this second possible angle A, 115.668. So 180 minus 31 minus 115.668. And you will get 33.332 degree. Round off 33.3 degree. And that's why we have two answers. A lot of students will only have this 84.7 because they were only taking this one. Then they forgot about this one. Then you lose half the mark, right? This is for question 2 under the sine rule. Okay, they asked to find angle ACB. So angle ACB, okay, the bad news is when you look at angle ACB, you look at this triangle, then you notice that, wow, I only have a 20 there. Then I don't have any information to do anything, correct now? Then it's okay. Then let's look at other triangle first. So the only other triangle I can have is this non-right angle triangle. This is one. And actually there's one more, which is the very big right angle triangle. So actually, in fact, you have three. You have two right angle triangle and a non-right angle triangle. So I'm going to look at a non-right angle triangle. Why? Because the non-right angle triangle, which is this one, have so many information. I have 9, I have 46, I have 20. So from there, I can work it out to find other things. So let's form the equation. 20 over sine 46 degree equals to 9 over sine A equals to, so this is all I have, right? So after that, over here, it means that I can solve my angle A. So I'm going to cross multiply. So I will have 20 sine A equals to 9 sine 46 degree. Can use another color. This one I cannot see. Okay, sine A will be equals to 9 sine 46 divided by 20. 9 times sine 46, then divided by 20 will give me 0.3237. Okay, then after that, angle A, for this case, sine inverse. Then student also ask me, hey, this how I got two answers or not? Because this one, they already got the diagram for you, right? So for this case, you can see that this one is a very small angle. So you just take the one that is less than 90 degrees. So just sine inverse. And I will get 18.887 degrees. This is not my final answer, so no need to round off. Always write out the long one. Okay. 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 So once I have this one already, put it inside. Okay, because whenever we put it inside, then you can see that, I can make use of this to do 5 more things. And 180, I can minus this 2, I can find the third angle. So 180 minus 18.887 minus the 46. I will know that this angle over here is 115.113 degree. They asked me to find ACB. So I can simply take 180 minus this. And I get over here 64.887. Round off to 1 dp, 64.9. And that's why this is the answer for part A. Next, they asked to find the length of AD. Okay, this one. So how I'm going to find this one is actually I can just use sine rule. Yes. Okay, let's form. So I have 20 over sine 46 degree equals, since they want to find AD, right? I put AD at the top. Then AD opposite angle is which one? Which is this 115.113. So it will be sine 115.113 degree. Cross multiply. Okay, I'm going to just shortcut. It's a step, it's always the same. So it's like 20 sine 115.113 degree over sine 46 degree. Okay, take note, students. A lot of students always lazy, don't want to write the degree. But you must understand when you write sine 46, you are trying to tell me this 46 is radian. You haven't reached radian yet. You're going to learn arc length sector area soon, okay, which is usually in Sec 3. After all this further trigo, you will learn arc length sector area. Then you will learn something called radian. And radian is just the unit. It's just like, for example, when we talk about our height. My height can be called 1.56 meter. It can also be 156 cm. Both are the same value, it's just different unit. So angle, same thing. You can use it, say it's 30 degree, okay, or it is whatever decimal radian. So it's like 2 different units, that's all. And when you don't put the degree, you are trying to tell me that, this one is 46 radian. And then when you key calculator, then you will have to key 46 radian, you understand? So actually, you have to put the degree. Okay, then of course this one I will leave it to you to find the answer. So this one is for question 3. Okay, cosine rule. Okay, first let's check. They asked me to find the x. So you must understand that, okay, you know, okay, so you know that the formula is a squared equals to b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cosine a. So the only things you need to know is this side and this angle is like the you know, the married couple, right? So when this angle is given here, you will have to put the x on the left hand side. Okay, so what you need to do is to just say, oh, so x squared is equals to 6 squared plus 7 squared minus 267 cosine 101 degree. This is easy. Why? Because this one whole thing you can press calculator. So x is equals to this whole thing. Then after that, you square root and you get the answer. Okay, of course, I'm not going to press now. Then in the end, you get 10.1. Okay, so this one is just introduction to highlight to you that please make sure the couple is here and here. Okay? You better open your ear big. Okay, so now this one, they ask to find the theta. So since I want to, this is the angle that's of my interest, I will have to put the opposite, the married length here, 10, to be on the left hand side. So it will be 10 square equals to 5 square plus 7 square minus 257 cosine theta. Okay, a lot of common mistakes. What? Common mistake is students always go and lump this thing together. Okay, which is totally wrong. Okay, so what you need to do is, you know what's the best way to avoid the mistake? You work it out. So you work out this one. So it will be 5 square plus 7 square, that will be 74. So this is 74 minus 10 times. So this will be minus 70 cosine theta. This is 100. Okay, then you just say, oh, see, this is just like 70x. You take it this way, you think this way. It's like 100 equals to 74 minus 70x. You want to solve x, of course, you bring this whole thing to the left-hand side. It becomes 70x equals to 74 minus 100. Then x equals to 74 minus 100 divided by 70. This is supposed to be the way you do it, right? But a lot of students go and lump this 74 and 70 together, which is wrong. You understand? So take it like this way. Then you will know that, oh, so what I need to do is I'm supposed to bring this over. It becomes 70 cosine theta equals to 74 minus 100. So my cosine theta for this case is 74 minus 100 divided by 70. So my theta is cosine inverse 74 minus 100 over 70. Okay, so cosine inverse fraction 74 minus 100 over 70. And I will get 111.803. So student ask, this one got two answers. No? Cosine don't have. Take note that when we are learning first and second quadrant, this one is odd. That means everything is positive here. This one is sine positive. So you see sine positive is in first and second quadrant. That's why when you sine inverse a positive, you have two answers. But in the second quadrant, cosine is negative. Okay, so when you cosine inverse, if you notice this one inside here is a negative value. So when you cosine inverse a negative, it simply means that it's in the second quadrant. And that's why you notice that your angle is more than 90 degrees, less than 180 degrees. And answer round off to 1 dp, 111.8 degrees. Done. So this is a common mistake that student makes. Okay, this is the only thing that I need you to memorize, as in to avoid. So of course, again, some school, right, other than asking you to memorize this formula, they also ask you to memorize the formula how to solve theta. Okay, if you are very good at memorizing, please proceed. But teacher Kangie is very lousy at memorizing formula. The lesser formula I can remember, that's the best. And that's why I only remember one and then I just manipulate as per normal, like normal algebra. You understand? So I'm going to minimize for you to take a snap. Okay, so this question, to find the length BC, this is pretty straightforward for BC, because to find this one, I simply take a look at this triangle. I have the 1, 2, 3, I have 5 and 4. So I can just use cosine and cosine rule. So Because 1, 2, 3 is over here, so make sure your BC is on the left-hand side. So BC square is equals to 5 square plus 4 square minus 2, 5, 4 cosine 1, 2, 3 degree. So BC is equals to this whole junk square root. Okay, very straightforward. This one I'm not going to go through. Then after that, this one will be 7.9. Yeah, never mind. Just take note for this question, I put 7.92. But you must understand that when you write over here, you need to write the long version. 7.9, don't know what for calculation purpose. For now, I'm using 7.92, but the actual one, you should use the long one. So I use 7.92. Okay, so over here, 7.92, do you see the marking here? It means it's divided by 2. So I will take 7.92 divided by 2, and I will get 3.96. So I already done from A. A is this 7.92. So now the thing is my AM. My AM is over here. So if you want to find this AM, technically speaking, can use the smaller right angle triangle. Agree? So with the smaller right angle triangle, the bad news is I only have 3.96 and 4. Only 2 miserable length. Okay? Then how? So what you need to do is you need to find more information. So I can actually find maybe say this angle over here. So how am I going to find this angle? Because this blue color small angle here, it's also part of the big non-right angle triangle. So I can make use of that. So I can actually use sine rule. So I can use 5 over sine B is equals to this 7.92 over sine 123 degree. So with this, let's cross multiply. So my sine B equals to 5 sine 123 degree divided by 7.92. Okay. And I will get 0.5294 sine inverse. And I get 31.969. Again, this one just take the short one, small one, because this one is small angle. Okay. Then next is I'm going to put here 31.969 degree. So now the question is, am I able to find this length already? Because actually I have more than enough information. I should have more than, let's see. Yes, I can use cosine rule already. So I'm going to use this one, AM. AM square equals to the two sides, which is a 3.96 square plus 4 square minus 2, 3.964 cosine 31.969 degree. My AM will be the square root of this whole thing, and you get the answer. So this question is tricky, as in a lot of students will stuck because when they come and look at the AM, the smaller triangle, okay, they see that there's not enough information for you to solve. Okay, and that's why they cannot find. But you must go and look out and see, hey, I can actually make use of the other non-right angle triangle to find the angle first. Then you apply sine rule to find the inside one. Okay, so that's for question 3. Okay, bearing important is you need to know when they talk about the bearing from which reference and which direction. Okay, so over here, the information I put in the diagram already, they'll see they never tell me where is the 162. So you need to know where to put the 162. They say bearing of B from A. So you will go to your A. Okay, what I do is you're thinking that you pop the North Pole there, which is over here. This is the North Pole. Then after that, they say B and A, right? So you look at the line AB, which is this one. So from the North Pole here, you will go clockwise. So this is the angle they're referring to. So this is 162 degree. Okay, this is very important because if you got this wrong, that means you cannot do the question already. Then how am I going to do this? Do you notice this one is 465? No angle is given to me. So I'm going to mark this as theta, and then I'm going to use cosine rule. Is that what they asked me to find first? Yes, BAC. So I will use cosine rule. So because this is the angle that I need to find, the merit number is 5. So it will be 5 square equals to 4 square plus 6 square minus 2, 4, 6 cosine theta. So remember just like I say, so after that, this is the same number, 25. So, okay, this one I just leave it to you. So cosine theta equals to blah, blah, blah. Okay, what I do is I'm going to do this. This one bring over 4 square plus 6 square minus 5 square divided by 2, 4, 6. And then your theta will be cosine inverse the whole chunk. Okay, so I leave it to you. I will just roughly tell you how to do this. Okay, angle ACB. So let's say I already find this one, which is 55.8 degrees. Then they ask for ACB, which is this angle over here. I already have so many information. I just use the easier formula, which is the sine rule. So simply just take 6 over sine angle C equals to the one that we found, 5 over sine 55.8 degrees. And of course, you can find your sine C. Okay, it's very straightforward also. Next, okay, the bearing of C from A. So my A already have the north pole. So look at the line AC. So what they ask is to find this angle over here. So how do you find this angle? Because you already have 55.8, right? So just take 162. This one. 162 minus 55.8. And you will get the answer. 162 minus 55.8. Okay, I will get 106.2 degree. Okay, this one supposed to be 1 dp. I don't know why they put this one. So it should be 1 dp, 106.2. Next, the bearing of B from C. From C, please go to your C, put the north pole. Okay, put the north pole. Then go clockwise and look at the line BC. BC, which is this one. So they want to find this angle over here. So how do you find this angle over here? Okay, do you notice this north? There are two north, they're always parallel. So whenever there are two parallel, it means that you're looking at the interior angle. Okay, so interior angle is this angle and this angle over here. So after you minus already, you find this angle, simply take 360 minus this, and you get the answer 203. Okay, so basically bearing very straightforward. The only thing is where you put your north pole, the clockwise direction, and when they say B from C, then you will say, oh, from the north pole, and let's go to the line BC. This is how you find the angle. Okay, now it's talking about angle of elevation and angle of depression. Okay, in the diagram 36, they already write there already, blah, blah, blah. Okay, now you see, they give me 29 and 51 degrees. So you need to know what's the meaning of the depression and what's the meaning of elevation. Then you are able to put in the diagram correctly. So let's read it. The angle of depression of A from T. So in other words, you are imagine you are standing here. Okay, so called eye level, and depression means you look down. Okay, this one is the first one is A. That means you will see this one will be 29 degrees. The other one is for B1 is 51. So that means B is here, right? So that means you look down here. This is 51 degrees. And you must understand that this and this is parallel. So when I'm going to do parallel, it means that Z means this is also 29 degrees. And this is 51 degrees. And of course, the building and the floor is always 90 degrees. Okay, so now we already put in 29, 51 correctly. So let's find the distance between A and T, which is this. Okay, I'm going to use this because I have 36. Okay, I have 29. Okay, in fact, I also have this angle because I can simply take 180 minus 51. I get 129. And actually, I also have this angle also because 180 minus the two angle, 180 minus 29 minus 129, I get 22. So many information already. Then next thing is they want AT. So AT opposite is the angle 129. So sine 129 degree equals to 36 over sine 22 degree. Okay, cross multiply, you'll be able to find your AT. 36 sine 129 over sine 22 degree. And press the calculator and you get the answer. Next is to find the height of the building, which is this one. So how do you find the height of the building? You need more information, right? Let's see. Wait, I got this one, 50n. I need one more length. Let's see. So you see, I only have one miserable 51 degree. I know it's a Tuakaso, but the thing is, I only have 51. Then how? But you can find this length here, agree? By using the non-right angle triangle as well. So this time round, I will say BT over sine this length opposite is 29. 29 degree is equals to 36 over sine 22 degree, and then you get your BT. Once you have your BT, okay, this one I need the information. So it's 36 times sine 29 divided by sine 22. And I get 46.5906. Once I have this, good. I'm going to draw out the right angle triangle so that you can see better. 51, and I have this 46.5906 degree. Okay, so now let's use Tuakaso this time around. This one is opposite, this is adjacent, and this is hypotenuse. So I need to find my building, right, which is my opposite. And I have this one. So that means O and H. I'll be using sine. So it will be sine 51 degree is equals to TF over 46.5906. So my TF simply is cross multiply 46.5906 multiplied by sine 51 degree. Multiply by sine 51. In the end, I get 36.207. Round off to 3SF, 36.2. Understand? Okay, all good. Okay, this is a typical kind of question that you will see. Okay. This is a compressed question that will use all the things that you have learned. All the Tuakaso lah, Pythagoras theorem lah, Sine Rule, Cosine Rule lah, angle of elevation lah, depression lah, bearing, everything will plug into one question. Okay, maybe this one never talk about bearing, but later the second question, the last question that I include, talk about bearing. So let's take a look. Okay, calculate the length of AB. Okay, so you need to visualize that. A lot of times, the question, they will not give you this one. They usually give you just a flat thing, which is like on the floor. Okay, then the rest is you need to visualize the 3D thing. Okay, but of course this one, so I'm going to U-turn. Okay. Okay, so now calculate the length of AB. So easy because I have blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to use cosine rule. So AB square is equals to 72 square plus 51 square minus 272, 51, and cosine 81 degree. Then of course, press calculator AB, and then after square root the whole junk, then you get the answer. So this one is round off, you get 81.5. And again, like I mentioned, I will use the short number, but your working should be using the long number. Okay, next, calculate the area. Area easy because we know this is a non-right angle triangle. Straight away, you know you use half AB sine C. So I already have, so I will put half 72, 51, sine 81 degree. And of course, this is the answer for this one. 1810 meter square. Okay. Again, this one is a rounded off one. Next, okay. A lot of students don't understand about this shortest distance from C to AB. Okay. You just visualize lah. Okay, you look, let's focus on this triangle over here. You imagine this is let's say the ground, the playground. Okay, you are walking from here, then you want to walk, you want to walk until here. Okay, then when you walking along this path, then I ask you to go to this C. Then our human nature will walk the shortcut, right? Shortcut. You won't like, oh, I walk like that, then I walk like that. Or I walk like that. Actually, the shortcut is while working here, okay, the shortest distance I walk is actually from here, I cut across. And when I cut across, actually is a perpendicular. This is called the shortest distance. You understand? Okay, it's the perpendicular distance from you are walking along this path, the nearest to point C. So it's the perpendicular distance. So based on this, you will know that you will have to use area of triangle. Triangle have half times base times height. And we already have the base, which is 81.5. So I shall label this as height. And because I also have the area of the triangle, so I can use half AB sine C to find the area of the triangle. I also can use half times base times height, right? So it means that half times 81.5, please use the long one, multiplied by this unknown height is equals to the same area because it's still referring to the same triangle ABC. So you put 1810. Again, this one, please use a long one. Then after that, find the height and you will get the answer, 44.5 meters. So that's how you define shortest distance. Next, part D. This kind of question. They say a vertical tree CT, which they already draw for you, has a base blah, blah, blah. The angle of elevation of the top of the tree is 15 degrees. This one they already draw for you. So nice. So usually when they don't draw, what I do is I always draw out the triangle outside. CT, this is the tree. This is the top of the tree. This is the 15 degree. And then I know this one is 72. You can label this as A. Okay, I always draw out so I can see better. Then after that, when they ask, calculate the height of the tree. Oh, so they're actually asking you to find this one. So when you draw out in a proper right angle triangle, rather than looking at this doesn't look like a right angle triangle, then you don't know how to visualize and say that this is actually just using Tuakaso. So always make the effort to draw it out. Then see, based on this is my opposite. Then after that, this is my adjacent. And then this is my hypotenuse. So what you do is opposite and adjacent. So it's tangent. So it's tangent 15 degree is equals to TC over 72. Next, cross multiply. So I have TC equals to 72, tangent 15 degree. And I have the answer already. So it will be 72 times tangent 15. I get 19.2923. Round off to 3SF, 19.3. And that is the height of the tree. Done. Okay, next. They say, John measured the largest angle of elevation of the top of the tree as seen from the path AB. Calculate the angle of elevation. Okay, this question is also commonly asked. And then they ask, what is largest angle of elevation? You just think this way. When you're looking up, because they're asking for elevation, when you're looking upwards, okay, when is it that it is the largest? When you are the nearest to the building and you look up, you will actually raise your head higher, right? So it means that the nearer you are, okay, then the angle of elevation is the greatest. And because you already find the shortest distance, agree? So in other words, it means that it happens when you are standing here. Then when you look up to the tree, which is over here, that will be the greatest angle of elevation. Of course, this one cannot visualize, right? So you will have to draw another right angle triangle. So I'm going to arrow down here and then I draw let's do minimum. The triangle. So I'm going to draw this direction. So to visualize better, always put in the alphabet. This is the tree, which is C and T. And this one, the shortest distance that I have measured over here, I shall label this as X. So that means this one will be XC. And XC is the shortest distance, which just now you already find, which is this one, 44.5. And the tree you already find, which is this one, 19.2923. And remember, this is the one whereby you're standing here already, you're looking upwards, angle of elevation is simply this one. And how to find? Simply use Tuakaso, which is for this case is Tua. Okay, so it will be tangent theta equals to 19.2923 over 44.5. So theta will be tangent inverse, this whole thing, put inside, and then you find the angle. And you will get 23.4 degrees. Okay, so this is the part whereby I need to highlight. Okay, this is a common question that they will ask, and common thing is students always stuck at the last two parts. So my way of doing it is I always draw out the separate triangle so that we can visualize it, and always is using right angle one. It's only a matter of whether you will put the values correctly or not. So far, okay? Can I move on to the last question? Okay, this question involves everything. Bearing lah, sine rule, cosine rule lah, and even just now the kind of question that I tell you, the angle of elevation, okay, it's all inside this question. Okay, usually this kind of questions is the weightage is pretty high. It can go from 10 marks to even 12 marks during the EMath. It will only come up one question. We all squeeze everything into this kind of question. Okay, it's definitely around 10 marks to 12 marks. So please master this. Okay, you see, they tell you that the PRQ is on the floor, level ground, such as the bearing of 38. But you see, they never tell you where is the 38 and 118. So you need to know where they're referring to. So that's bearing of Q from P. So since it's from P, I will go to my P, find the North Pole, which is already there. Then the Q, you look at the line PQ. So this is the angle that they tell me, which is 38 degrees. Okay. So for bearing, it's always 3 digits. You need to put the 0 in front if it's only 2 digits. Okay. Then after that, next is this one is R. So that means bearing of R from P. So that means it's still from P, but this is the angle they talk about. So this is 118. Okay, 118. Okay, 118. So for this case, right, 118 minus 30, 118 minus 38 will give me 80. So I actually have this angle, which is 80 degrees. Okay, so now I already put in the diagram. So let's start. The QF 152 put already, 163 also put already. Find the bearing of P from R. So please go to your R, put in the North Pole. Okay, look at the other North, which is like that. Okay, sometimes the question gives a very tricky. Sometimes they maybe put at the side here. They go and put here like that. This is the North. Then you will have to follow and put the North this direction. But seldom. I think if you really decide 0.1%, then you put that direction. If not, it's not no need. So you just put here North. Okay, and then after that, you will just do, they say what? Q, right? So I have to find PRQ. So this is the angle that they tell me. Wait, did I put wrongly? Oh, no, sorry. This is the one they're asking me. Okay. So it should be this until here only, because it's P from R. So at R, I put the North Pole, then I go clockwise, go to find the length, find the line RP. So this is the angle they asked me to find. So how do I find this? Actually, this one is pretty straightforward. If you notice, this one is North and North, and I have this one 118, right? Interior angle. So simply take 180 minus 118. So this angle over here is 62 degrees. Then to find this bearing, I simply take 360 degrees minus 62. And I get 298. And that's the answer for part A. Part B, find the length of PR. Okay, so let's find the length of PR. Okay, we have okay, so many information. Okay, I don't have much information, right? So let's find more information. Just now this one was 38. Do you agree this will be just 180 minus 38? So 180 minus 38 will give you 142. And this is angles at a point. 360 minus 142 minus 163, I get 55. You see, I have all the angles already. This one I also have also. 180 minus 80 minus 55, I get 45. So many information. Let's find the length already. So find PR. PR is at the top. The opposite, the married wife is where? Where is it? 162. Married one is 80. So sine 80 equals to any length that I have. Did I put the correct one or not? PR. Oh, I put wrongly. What should it be? See whether who's awake. Shouldn't be 80. What should it be? See whether anyone catch me. What should the angle be? Okay, I think Farhan, you got it correct. It's just that my handwriting a bit ugly. So actually it's 55. Sorry. Yeah, I remember it's 55. Let me see, check again. Yeah, my handwriting ugly. Okay, so it's 55. So it's supposed to be this one, 55. Okay, good. At least you catch it. Good. Then after that, I have this one. This one is 152 over sine 80 degree. Then after that, you have, see, for information, you have 3 information. You can find the 4th one. So cross multiply my PR is simply 152 sine 55 degree divided by sine 80. And you get the answer. Okay, and which is this one. Next, find the area. Area of PQR. I got so many information. Of course, use half base AB sine C. This one is just skip. Half A B sine C. Okay, just go and find yourself. Angle D. Sorry, question D. Calculate the shortest distance. Shortest distance Q from PR. Okay, same. See, yeah, I already draw and they're very ugly. So what I'm going to do is, this is the Q, this is the P, this is the R. So what I ask is this one, H. Do I have my PR? Yes, I have my PR. And just now you already find area of triangle, right? So remember just now I mentioned, it's always half times the base, which is the PR, multiplied by the height, give you the same area. Then, because you already have this, then you can find what is the height. Okay, I don't have to repeat that one. So, the last part. The angle of elevation of the top is 40. Calculate the angle of it. You see, it's always the same thing. But the bad news is you're supposed to find out how long is the vertical mass. Okay, so let's find how much is the vertical mass first. Where they look? They say T and R. Where's my T and R? Here. So let's draw another triangle over here. Hoi. Hoi. R 152. This is Q. And the T is actually at the top, which is in the diagram, we don't see it. So your task is to find out this one. And they tell you the angle is 40 degrees. So making use of the first triangle, find the height of the vertical mass. Okay, so take this one opposite. So it will be tangent 40 degrees equals to TQ over 152. So my TQ is equals to 152 tangent 40 degrees. And then you will have the answer. And I get 127.543 degrees. And because I have this one already, then you can now move to this one. Because just now we are standing here, so-called standing here, this is the shortest distance, right? Then you will have to draw another right angle triangle. Okay. This is the Q, this is the T, which is just now we already find, which is this one. 127.543. And we have this one, QX, which is the, okay, I don't have the height here, but over here, D, this one, 107. And this is the greatest angle of elevation that I ask you to find. So you have to draw a lot of right angle triangle in order to visualize. So the last one. So tangent theta equals to 127.543 over 107. So theta equals to tangent inverse, blah, blah, this whole junk throw here, and then you get the answer. Please round off to 1 dp. And we are done. Okay, this is for the last question.